Hey, thanks for joining me again. Today we have some easy and fun Valentine's DIYs. All right, so I'm going to take this Dollar Tree heart wreath, Dollar Tree flowers, and I'm going to attempt to hot glue them. I know I should have put something and wrapped it around the frame, but I wanted to eliminate that step. So I'm just going to hot glue. And it did work, but at the end I did use some Dollar Tree ribbon in the back just to make sure that, it stays secure. So these are like a peachy type of a rose. I didn't want the pink and I didn't want the red. I wanted something very subtle and very neutral. So because this is very time consuming, I'm going to speed it up, but I'm giving you an idea of how I'm actually hot gluing them down on the heart frame. I used 5 bushels of the roses, in case you're wondering. Part of the heart frame, I'm making sure there's enough glue, so once I place down the rose it should attach to it, and then I'm placing some glue underneath as well. Some of the roses I left the green leaves on, and then some I took off the green leaves, so it was like every other one I took off the green leaves because I didn't want to overpower it with the green. So I'm also filling the roses inside the frame as well. I think these peachy roses are so pretty, and I think this is coming out so nice. So I wanted to add some color, so I grabbed these Dollar Tree flowers and I added a little bit of purple here and there scattered around the heart frame, and it looks really pretty. So I'm just laying down the purple flowers in random areas and adding a little bit of glue. And this is it. It's so pretty. Now I want to add a bow to it, so I'm grabbing some Dollar Tree ribbon and Hobby Lobby ribbon, and I put 2 together, and I grabbed some of Dollar Tree little white pearl beads, and I'm going to put that in the back of the 2 bows. I use Dollar Tree zip ties and tie the bow right onto the frame. So now I have the zip tie attached to the bows and to the frame in the back. I'm just tightening it, and this came out so pretty. Now I'm going to take this Dollar Tree hair tie, and I'm going to hot glue it to the back of the heart frame and use that as a hanger. And this is how it turned out. I think it came out beautiful.
What's it like to be the one that he turns to when he's out of answers? What's it like to be the one that he comes to when he wants to dance?
So I'm taking these Dollar Tree products, Hobby Lobby craft paper, taking this vintage white, going to paint the little wood love piece. Decided to add colors to it. Instead of leaving it white, I'm taking this baby pink, mixing it with the antique white color, and I'm going to paint the heart in the middle of the wood piece. So now I'm taking the white paint again, and I'm going to take this Caribbean blue and mix it, and then I'm going to paint the letter L. Next I'm mixing the purple paint with the white because I want it to be a very light pastel purple. For the last letter, I'm taking elephant gray with the white to make a very light gray color and painting the E with it. So now I'm taking the Dollar Tree wood plaque, removing the inside because it's like little plastic pieces. I'm just going to trace it on the craft paper. Now I'm just going to place the other plastic piece on top and place it back inside the little wood piece. So now I'm just going to take that little love piece and I'm going to hot glue it right in front. Now I'm going to take these little tiny pieces that I got from Dollar Tree. They were actually connected to a little barrette. They say sweet and they have 3 little hearts. I just pulled them off the barrette. I'm just going to hot glue them right above the love piece. This is so adorable, so perfect for like a little girl's room. These little things are so tiny. Every time I place it down, it would move. It did take some patience. So I had to grab my pliers to help me place them down because they kept moving. This is such a fun, cute little wood piece. It came out adorable. Alright, starting off with Dollar Tree products, Hobby Lobby craft paper. I'm taking this very light gray paint and I'm going to paint the actual wood frame or the wood plaque from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to apply 1 coat. So I'm going to use this vintage white paint just to distress the top part of the wood heart and just give it a little bit of an antique look. So I traced the back of the heart and put it on the craft paper. Now I'm just going to take some Mod Podge and apply it. So the opening in the back is open, so I'm just applying this back. Then there's little tiny tabs. I'm just going to close them to secure it. Now I'm taking this Dollar Tree lace ribbon and I'm going to place it on the side of the heart frame with a little bit of glue. Now I'm taking some greenery from Dollar Tree and a little white rose from Dollar Tree and I'm going to hot glue it right to the front. Now I'm taking this Hobby Lobby ribbon and made a little bow and I'm just going to hot glue it right to the top of the frame. This came out so cute. So those are the supplies I'm going to be using for this DIY. I took the Dollar Tree flowers and greenery and the Dollar Tree roses and the jar itself. So I'm taking this plaster paint, decided to paint this pretty jar. It is pretty as it is, but I decided to paint it. Now everything's dry. I'm going to take this 100 grit sandpaper that I got from Dollar Tree and I'm just going to start lightly sand around the jar. I'm going to start off with the rose flowers first. I'm going to start placing them inside and then I'm going to use some baby breath and some of the greenery and just make it a really nice centerpiece. Now I'm going to start snipping a few of the white flowers and just place a few inside just to break up the color. There's the name of the greenery that I'm going to be using, and this is the name of the white ones I used, the baby breaths. I don't know, they call everything baby breaths at the dollar store. So I'm adding more greenery, a little more baby breaths and these little white flowers, just trying to balance it out. So now I'm going to take these little wood pieces that I got from Dollar Tree. They're like laser cut hearts, and I'm going to place that around the vase. So I'm just taking jute twine and wrapped it around the heart and just going to tie it off in the back. Now I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree ribbon and just going to wrap it around the vase in the back, tie it off, and hot glue to the back. Now I'm taking these bows that I made out of Dollar Tree ribbon and I'm just going to hot glue it right in front, and this came out really pretty. Okay, for this DIY, I'm taking these two hearts that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using the backs of them. And I'm taking two different types of pink because I'm going to paint them both pink, but a different tone. And I'm going to mix it with this vintage antique white. So for the first heart, I'm going to be using the baby pink with a little bit of the white, mixing it to give it that light tone. So I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other heart as well. And I used 3 coats on both hearts. Okay, so they're dry now, and I'm going to take these rub-ons that I got from Dollar Tree. They're very pretty, and I'm just going to cut out pieces that I want to place on the hearts. I'm going to make them look a little bit different, but they do look really pretty at the end. So here's the piece that I cut out from the rub-on, and I'm going to place it on the heart. Just going to scrape it with my Cricut scraper and apply it on the heart. And look how nice it looks. It looks so professional. You wouldn't believe you bought this from Dollar Tree. It really looks pretty. It looks better in person. So now I'm going to place this part on the other heart. It's got more of the wording. Not sure what it says because it's so tiny, but it does look pretty. And I do add a few more rub-ons. So now I'm going to add another rub-on on the corner. I think these are so pretty just as they are. So I decided to add another rub-on, and this one's got the XO and some flowers attached to it. Thought it was a pretty accent too. I'm going to place it at the bottom of the heart. So I'm going to add a rose to the corner of the heart. And look how pretty that came out. And they stand on their side, so you don't really have to hang it or anything like that, but you could. Now I'm going to start decorating it with some flowers and some pearls. All right, so I put a lacy bow from Dollar Tree and Dollar Tree little necklace beads, and I put it in the corner of the heart. All right, so the other one I was kind of debating what I should do. I was grabbing out some laser cut wood pieces from Dollar Tree. I was putting little pieces here and there. I couldn't figure out how I wanted to decorate it, so I made it simple. So for that one, I just grabbed a few pieces of the lace ribbon and a little piece of that pearl necklace and just hot glued it to the corner. These are so pretty. They came out so nice. I do change the one at the end, and I will show you. I didn't want them both hanging like that, so I wanted them different. This one's a fun DIY. I got a bunch of cards from Dollar Tree and some frames, and I'm going to put them in the frames. And then I have this little piece that I painted from Dollar Tree. It's a little wood piece. These come out so adorable, so quick and easy. You'll see. So I'm taking the first one and I'm measuring it to make sure it fits on the wood piece. I'm going to cut it out and place a little glue and place it down. So cute. So it was a little bit long for the little wood piece, so I'm going to take my pencil, draw a line, and that's where I'm going to cut it. So now I'm taking this other card that I got from Dollar Tree and this Dollar Tree frame. This frame is so pretty. It looks like pink leather. So I'm going to take this card and I'm going to place it inside the frame. I'm removing the package from the frame, and then I'm going to take the backing out. So now I need to trace out the actual frame on the card itself so I can cut it. Now I'm cutting the card so this way it'll fit inside the frame. This is such a cute little card. Now I'm putting everything back inside the frame, closing it up, and look how cute this came out. It's so adorable. So cute. So now I'm going to work on the other one that I pushed aside. I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and just glue it down. Painted them all up to show you what they look like. They're so cute. Now I'm going to work on the third one. So this Dollar Tree frame had the confetti inside it, so I had to rip the backing out. I'm going to have to empty it, and I'm going to have to scrape off the words. So I'm taking one of those blades that you take your inspection sticker off on your car, and I'm just scraping off that wording, and then I'm going to clean the glass. Now I'm going to use the envelope. I'm going to hot glue the card down on it, just so once I place it in the frame, you can't see through the sides. And then I'm going to place it back into the frame. The frame has these little tiny nails. I guess they nailed the backing onto it, so I'm just pulling them out. To hold the backing in place, I'm just going to place down some hot glue. And that is it, guys. Look how cute they came out. They're so adorable. For this DIY, I took this Dollar Tree hearts. They come in 3, and they have that tinsel all over it. And I'm going to be using some of my fabric that I got from Amazon, and then I have a Dollar Tree scarf, and then I'm going to be using some Dollar Tree rope, nautical rope. So I have to remove the clips and unravel the tinsel on all 3 of the hearts. Now I'm going to have to cut out some strips from my fabric. I'm just going to follow the lines, and I think I used like 3 strips. So I'm going to start off by placing down some glue and then start wrapping the fabric all around the heart. I started snapping off the little plastic pieces because I forgot. And this is what it looks like. It came out really cute. So I'm going to do the other 2 off camera. I'm going to use the Dollar Tree scarf, and then I'm going to use the nautical rope, the light color nautical rope, and then I'll show you how they all turned out. Okay, so this is the heart with the Dollar Tree scarf, and just finishing it up. And this is the nautical rope that I'm going to be using. I unraveled it, so this way it's a little thinner. So I'm going to take the same fabric that I used on the first heart, and I cut a strip of it, and I'm going to put it through the little holes to attach all the 3 hearts together. So I decided to make a little tassel for the end of the heart, the third one hanging down, just taking that nautical rope. I took it apart, kind of make it like shredded looking. Then I'm going to tie it in a little knot at the top, and then I'm going to place it on the heart. It came out very rustic looking, very nice. On to the next and final DIY. I took this round piece that I got from Dollar Tree. It's got Valentine's in the other side, so I'm using the back. And I'm using the baby pink, and I'm going to be adding some of that vintage white again, just to make it a very light color pink. So now I'm going to take some of this painter's tape, and I'm going to create some lines because I want to add the white color in there. So it's going to be like white and then pink and white. So now I'm going to be applying the white paint that I got from Apple Barrel, and I believe I used 2 coats of paint. So now I'm going to take the tape off. I was inspired by Unicorn Dust. She did this originally, so I thought I'd give it a try. She's amazing. You should check her out. Unicorn Dust. So now I'm going to be taking this antique wax, and I'm just going to distress it a little bit. I'm just lightly going over it with my brush, just putting it on, just light texture to it, and it looks really nice. So now I got this from Hobby Lobby. It was like on the craft paper. I cut it out, but I'm not able to use it because it's kind of like I didn't cut it very well. So I'm going to pencil it in back and just trace over it, and then I'm going to use these gold paint. So I'm using this thing that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just going over it so the pencil underneath will appear, and there it is. Now I'm going to take this metallic gold paint that I have and a tiny paintbrush, and just go and paint over the pencil. I think it came out really nice in the end, although I don't have a perfect steady hand and the paint was giving me a hard time, but it did come out very pretty. And this is how it turned out.
What's it like to be the one that he turns to when he's sad?
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it, and thank you so much for being a subscriber. Until next time, guys, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
What's that like?